All right, let's talk about it. If you're a developer, you know the feeling all too well. A new project kicks off and boom, there it is. Which web framework are we going to use? The landscape is just so noisy, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that chaos and build a clear guide to help you make a choice you can feel good about.
I mean, seriously? React, Vue, Svelte, Next, Nuxt, Astro, Quick, the list just goes on, and it's enough to make your head spin. It is so easy to get completely bogged down in analysis paralysis, just reading endless articles and benchmarks and feeling like you're no closer to an actual decision.
And hey, you are not alone in feeling that way. That's exactly why we're here. Look, this isn't about me telling you the one true answer. It doesn't exist. Instead, we're going to build a mental model together, a way of thinking about frameworks, so you can go from total confusion to real clarity. So here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about this framework maze. Then we'll get organized by focusing on 3 key areas: the user, the developer, and the project. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a simple process for making the right call. Okay, let's kick things off with part 1, focusing on the single most important person in this whole equation, your end user. This is all about what they feel, what they experience when they land on your site. And when you boil it all down, what do users really care about? 2 things: speed and visibility. They want a site that feels instant, and they need to be able to find it on Google in the first place, right? So that means we're really looking at performance and SEO. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. When raw, blazing fast performance is your #1 goal, look who's at the top: Svelte and SvelteKit. You know why? It's because Svelte isn't really a traditional framework. It's actually a compiler. That means it does all the heavy lifting during the build step, not in the user's browser. The result? Tiny, incredibly fast code that just runs. But what if your top priority isn't just pure speed, but discoverability? Let's switch gears and look at SEO. When getting ranked high on search engines is what really matters, the winners are frameworks that are amazing at server-side rendering and static site generation. And Astro is leading the pack here because it's built from the ground up to ship as little JavaScript as possible, which search engine crawlers absolutely love. So here's the key distinction you have to make. Astro is the undisputed king for content-heavy sites. Think blogs, marketing pages, portfolios, where that first static HTML load is everything for SEO. Next.js, on the other hand, is an absolute powerhouse for those big, complex, dynamic web apps that also need great SEO, because it can render fresh content on the server for every single visitor. Okay, we've taken care of the user, but what about us, the people in the trenches actually building this thing? Let's shift our focus to the development team. This is all about productivity, developer happiness, and, just as important, writing code that doesn't break. And would you look at that? Svelte is back at #1. This is no accident. Developers consistently say they just love writing Svelte. The syntax is so clean, it feels like you're just writing regular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It just gets out of your way. Of course, Next.js is right up there too with its awesome conventions, and you can't go wrong with Vue paired with a lightning-fast Vite build tool. And let's just pause on this for a second because this is a really big deal. It is so rare for one technology to be the best in class for both the end user's experience, that's the performance, and the developer's experience. That dual threat is exactly what makes Svelte such an incredibly compelling choice right now. But you know, a happy developer is also a confident developer. And that's where type safety comes in. This is about catching bugs before they ever happen. And at the very top, you don't just see a framework, you see a whole stack. Next.js with TypeScript, Prisma for your database, and TRPC for your API. With this setup, you get perfect type safety from your database all the way to your front end. It's an ironclad system. So, we've thought about the user, we've thought about the developer, now let's zoom out to the 30,000-foot view and think about the project itself. We've got to consider things like team size, the long-term plan, and the community you're going to rely on when things get tough. Okay, when you've got a big team, I'm talking dozens, maybe hundreds of engineers, consistency is everything. You absolutely cannot have 10 people solving the same problem in 10 different ways. That's just chaos. And that's exactly why super structured, opinionated frameworks like Angular really shine. They give you a playbook, and that's invaluable for scaling. See, a framework is never an island. It's the entire universe around it that matters just as much. We're talking about tutorials, third-party libraries, job postings, you name it. And this is where the veterans, the big players, totally dominate. The React ecosystem, which is what Next.js is built on, is just massive. If you have a problem, I can almost guarantee someone has already solved it, written about it, and probably made a library for it. And this really gets at a core philosophical difference. Do you want a framework in the truest sense of the word, like Angular, that gives you this all-in-one, batteries-included solution? Or do you prefer a library, like React, which gives you the core piece and then lets you build your own perfect stack using its massive ecosystem? Both are great choices. They just solve different problems. Okay, we have looked at this landscape from pretty much every angle. So the big question remains, how do we actually put all this together and make a real decision? Let's build our final decision framework. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty simple. 4 steps. Step 1, and this is the most important one, prioritize. You have to sit down with your team and decide, what is the single most important thing for this project? Is it raw speed, developer safety, long-term support? Once you have that one thing, you just look at the top contenders in that category, do a little more research on those 2 or 3, and then you can choose, and choose with confidence. So, if you only take away a few things from all this, let it be these. First, the best framework is a myth. It doesn't exist. The right choice is always, always about your specific context, and your main priority is the North Star that will guide you. It's always a trade-off, a balancing act. And remember, these rankings, they're your starting point, not the final answer. So I'm going to leave you with this final question to take back to your team. Forget what's trendy, forget the hype, forget what you used on your last project. For the work that's right in front of you now, what is the one priority that, above all else, your project absolutely cannot afford to get wrong? Start there. Your answer is waiting for you.